Hello, everybody. My name is Nancy, and I've actually debated if I should make this video or not for some weeks now. The reason why was because realized that it's a little bit more difficult than what I thought it would be. But the reason why I went ahead and I decided to go ahead and do it was because I spoke to my friends, and they they talked to me, and they didn't convince me, so to say, but they did have a great point as to, this video may be helpful, if not for advice, or just so that women out there know that you are not alone in going through infertility alone, and for moral support. So a little bit more history about me. I am 36 years old. I'm 36 years old. I was born and raised in California. Moved to Houston about 14 years ago. Moved with my husband. I can give you guys a little more Q&A in story or whatever later on down the road. So let's just stick to this story. So about I would say 8-9 years ago, I found out that I was actually able to have babies, which I didn't think I did. I didn't ovulate, and I never really looked into the reason why. So about 8 years ago, we found out that we were pregnant. 8-9 years ago, we found out we were pregnant, only to lose it within a couple of weeks. After that, we had another miscarriage, and then with the final miscarriage being a few years ago, 3 years ago, almost 3 years ago to be exact. The last miscarriage I had was actually twins, and one of the twins bursted my tube, and I had to have surgery for it. And that's a whole other story, and let me know below if you want to hear a story time with, why did I do this? I don't know. Anyway, story time down below if you want to hear about that whole incident. Anyway, so initially after my first pregnancy, I let it go to my head, and I didn't go in it with a clear mind, and that's one of the things that I cannot stress out to women. If you're going to go into the whole fertility process, you have to have a clear mind, because it's a stressful process, and it's a delayed process. So off the bat, my first pregnancy, I got it into my head, I can get pregnant. I started taking medication and pretty much forcing a family on us. And it took a toll on my husband, because the way he explained it to me, he said he was watching me hurt. My mom also said the same thing. She said that she wasn't happy with the person I was becoming, obsessed with that. And now looking back at it, they were right. My hormones were everywhere. I've become obsessed with it to the point where it was actually hurting our relationship, because I was so adamant that we needed to have this. There's a little bug in here. That we needed to have a family right there and then. So I was not thinking clear. So once my family talked to me and pretty much made me open my eyes as to what I was doing to myself, and I realized it, I stopped. And we didn't start trying And as a matter of fact, we never really tried. Now we are. But back then we never really tried. And I noticed that I noticed the pattern. Every time I would work out, I would ovulate and I would get pregnant. Luckily, I didn't get pregnant like one after another, after another, after another. Thank God. But I did get pregnant like years in between. So let's fast forward to now. Okay, so about a month ago, I decided that I was ready to give it one last chance. And here we are. So initially I went to my doctor and we did the whole wellness exam, and she did blood work, and from that blood work it came back that I had abnormal thyroid. Now I'm not exactly sure, so I may butcher this. Hypo and I don't know what the other one is. I do not know which one I have, which is why they sent me to an endocrinologist so that I can go ahead and get that squared away. Getting an appointment in Houston to an endocrinologist, oh my God. Luckily, I was able to get, that's my dog crying. He's such a baby. It's like having a baby. Anywho. Luckily, I was able to get into an endocrinologist. They did the blood work, and I'm gonna get the results for those on Tuesday, June 26th. Yes. And then the following day, I'm taking the results from the endocrinologist over to my OBGYN, who will then begin to give me medication to start the whole baby process. And hopefully it goes good this time around and I don't lose my head. The difference between back then and now is that now we're actually going into this as a team. I'm healthy. I have my head on straight. I'm not gonna rush. I'm not gonna dwell, and I'm not gonna stress out over it, even though I have previously. It's very heartbreaking to think back of what could have been, but let's not get into that right now. Okay, positive vibes, positive. Anyway, so if you guys want to follow me on my journey, go ahead and subscribe. I will be uploading a video as I go along with everything that I'm going through. If you guys want to follow me to my appointments to the endocrinologist for the results, and then to my OBGYN on Wednesday to see exactly where we stand and what medication she will be putting me on, and the process of my medication. If you guys want to hear any other stories about my pregnancies or my they were ectopic pregnancies, by the way. First one was ectopic pregnancy. Second one was a miscarriage. Third one was a miscarriage and an ectopic pregnancy that bursted my tube. Sounds more like it. I can go ahead and give you guys a story about that and provide you guys with pictures and whatnot. So if you guys are ready, let's get on this journey together, and hopefully soon we can either celebrate or start the process for hopefully adoption. It's all in God's hands now. That's all I can really do at this point. So leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys want to follow me on this journey, me and my husband actually, subscribe, and we will talk to you guys soon. Thank y'all for watching. Have a nice day.